everybody, my name is Jack, and I have Asperger's syndrome, which is also called high-functioning autism, and I'm here today to talk about my parents because they recently got divorced. Do you know what it is to get a divorce? That's when your parents still love you just as much as they always did, but they have a hard time getting along with one another. So now I actually have two different homes instead of just one, and I go back and forth between the two. Sometimes I spend time with my mom, and sometimes I spend time with my dad, because my parents said that it's better to have two homes that are peaceful than one home where there's a bunch of arguing and fighting going on. Even though I miss seeing my mom and dad together, it is kind of cool having two different homes and two bedrooms and two TVs and two computers and two backyards and stuff like that. I know that I can't fix my parents' problems, and I know that they still love me just as much as they always did, and just because they have a hard time getting along doesn't mean that I don't love them. I still love my mom and dad just as much as I ever did. And it's also important to express my feelings, because sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm mad, and other times I'm just downright confused. So whenever I start feeling bad or having some bad feelings, I talk to my mom or dad about it, and they tell me that it's perfectly normal and that it wasn't my fault that they got divorced. It's normal for kids to feel anxious or maybe even a little depressed when faced with big changes in their lives. When your parents get divorced, it's pretty common to be angry or resentful or depressed or sad, and that's just what you have to go through to get to the point where you start feeling good again. And I will say that my mom and dad are really trying to get along with one another. They really try to be polite and not go into arguments and fighting like they used to, and that's good. So when I start feeling sad about my parents getting divorced, I remind myself of all the good things that I still have. I still have my mom and dad. I still have plenty of food to eat and games to play. I still go to the same school. I still have my same friends. And over at my dad's house, where I go to visit a lot, I'm learning how to do different things over there that are fun, and I'm also finding a bunch of new friends over in his new neighborhood. So there's a bunch of positive stuff going on. I'd rather focus on the positives than the negatives. I used to focus on the negative stuff all the time, and I used to feel sorry for myself, but I've just discovered that, you know what? You just have to go on, and there's no sense in pouting and feeling sorry for yourself and being mad at your parents and, hoping that things will be different and they'll get back together someday. And you know what else? A lot of my friends' parents are divorced too, so I'm not the only one out there with divorced parents. The bottom line is this: my parents still love me and I still love them, and we still have a lot of fun. So if your parents are divorced, just know that it'll be okay, and you'll be able to get rid of your mad and sad feelings once you just talk about your feelings. And if you have to cry sometimes, that's okay too. So this is Jack talking to you about divorce. We'll see you later.